Andrea, thank you so much for spending some time with me this morning.
Of
How
course.
are
Thank
you?
you for having me.
So how much of a fan are you of the Conjuring films and that universe?
Oh, I'm one of the biggest fans. I grew up watching it. So to actually be a part of it as an actor, that's like the sweetest thing. It's nice to actually be a part of a franchise that you watch. And I had no idea that that would happen.
Absolutely. What do you think being a fan makes the Conjuring and all the films in the universe so successful that a lot of times horror isn't able to do?
Oh, I definitely think the storytelling, because a lot of scary movies, they can scare us, right? They can have these loud noises and the jumps, but very few and far between actually have a story that is good, great writing, but something that you relate to, but like you root for. The love of Ed and Lorraine Warren. I love it. I love that there's always their love is in the middle of the craziness that's always happening. But also even the characters, like in The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. When we did our table read, I was invested in every character, and that's tough to do. I mean, I think that's any project, but for them, they do such a great job in every movie that they've had of The Conjuring and all the films, the whole universe of telling really great stories amidst all the scares and the thrills and the craziness.
It's something that's really important to me because I watch a lot of scary movies, and a lot of times if I don't feel like my cup was filled as far as storytelling, I don't really doesn't really do much for me. So let's talk a little bit about your character, Katie. She actually is a very important part in solving the mystery of what's going on.
Yes. So as you said, I play Katie, a supporting character, and I can't say too much because I'm sure you've seen the screener, because a lot of it, given too
Yes.
much away, spoils it. But she's just a small town girl back from college with her best friend, not expecting the things that happen, that unraveled to happen. Yeah, and I related to her just as a character because of, you know, doing the fun stuff at night that we were doing, hanging out with my best friend. Like I think any young college girl can relate. I mean, college student, girl, guy, that anyone. You
Absolutely. So how was that experience for you filming that? You have some scenes where you gotta looks like you're running a little bit. That's all I'll say. I won't say anything else. Uh,
right.
it's sometimes I have this issue sometimes with filmmakers, actors, and actresses is they have these really impactful moments, and I can't talk about them because we want people to enjoy it, right?
Right. Filming it was awesome. The actual, in the environment didn't I mean, it helped me not even have to quote unquote act, because it was at night. It was spooky already in itself. And then my co-star, Ingrid Bisu, she was we had such good chemistry too. It's so nice when you find that, because actors are in and out on set so many times. So when you come together and you connect with the other actor, it's a breeze. And then of course our director, Michael Chaves,
Mhm.
just he made it so easy and fun. And yeah, the running though, I got my workout. Let's just say that. We both got our workout.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
As a fan of The Conjuring, can you talk a little bit about what makes this one stand out from the other two?
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely the fact that, like you've probably watched the other two. This one is not just the normal in the house possession, that we see, which is still scary in itself, but it takes the Warrens into the world at large. I have never seen that. I don't think they have either, from this case being like one of the most sensational cases. And, I read about, um, I looked it up afterwards, and the fact that this is art from their files, that this was just such a big deal in the sense of, someone claiming demonic possession as defense. But I think that the best part is that it just takes them out in the world more. And I think that's the first time that we see that, at least from my point of view as a fan, is like, that's the first time I've ever seen them really, go out more, not just staying inside, if that makes any sense. It's just an investigation and having to follow the craziness of it, the ups and downs of it, and the twists and turns that I'm sure you enjoyed.
Yeah, actually, my favorite part was just kind of the little bit of a difference in what that antagonistic forces. I don't, like I said, I don't want to talk about it too much either,
Yeah.
because what's the fun in that? But yeah, absolutely, a little bit different. And maybe you could comment on this a little bit more on that relationship between them. That kind of almost, if by chance this is maybe the third in the trilogy, if you want to call it that, it ties it up really nicely as far as, yes, they went through all of these horrific things and that's what they did, but they were able to do it because of their relationship. And you mentioned that a little bit about that a little bit earlier too.
Yeah, there. It's almost like we get to see them, we see them grow too. We see them hit different stages of life and a relationship. Obviously seeing with Ed's health, we kind of get a glimpse of
Mhm.
his health, kind of issues are coming up. And that's real life too. Any relationship, as you fortunately, get to grow old with someone and just going through the things that you've gone through, your life experiences. So I love just seeing that the Conjuring does such a great job of having their story so relatable and real, and putting light on that versus just kind of putting that off the side and then wanting to scare us. No, they do a really good job and a balance of that entire world of showing us like everything about it.
Yeah, I find it insane that these are based on real people and B,
Yeah.
real stories, right? These are things that are actually happening in the world. Tell me, what for you makes a good horror movie? What are you looking for? What are those points that you're looking for that you say this was a good scary movie?
So the storytelling for sure, the writing, and I guess when everything comes together, actors, directors, writers, production, crew, obviously when everyone, you can tell everyone was on the same page. I feel like you can tell from watching these movies too, that everyone involved is so happy to collaborate. And you can kind of see that through the movie and the work that we all put into it. But I definitely think having the story and that good balance between, yes, scares, and yes, of course, we all want that in our scary movie, but it was almost, what's a little scarier too to me is the fact that could be real, not just some made up thing. This, and there are documented cases, like you said, we can't believe it always starts with a real Warren case, and the fact that these are actual cases, that to me is the scariest. Like, this is real, this happened, like some part of this happened, maybe not entirely, because the Conjuring does want to serve the fictional world from Ed and Lorraine's point of view and give us that universe. But the fact that it even started from an exorcism or a young boy's soul trying to be taken, that is
Mhm.
scary.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with you. Tell me, you don't have to tell me exactly what it is. I'll just kind of try to figure it out in my head. In this movie, The Devil Made Me Do It. What act can I find your favorite scare?
What act? Ooh, probably in the beginning, I would
Okay.
think. And I think we've kind of seen it. I think they've given us previews of it, but I'll just to be careful and save my butt. I don't want to say too much. But definitely in the beginning, when within the first like 7 minutes, when we're watching the family in the beginning with the young boy, the bathroom, I'll say that. Do you remember that bathroom scene? Was not expecting that because I did not, obviously I wasn't there to film that. So
Mhm.
when I saw that, I was just, okay, we're in for a ride. Like well, yeah, that was probably the part. And then, oh yeah, yeah. I don't want to give anything away, but
Yeah.
I'll that one. I know that one's safe.
Okay, yeah, that's great. What do you hope audiences take away from the film?
Well, I definitely hope, first of all, they go see it June 4th in theaters if they're vaccinated, and on HBO Max, obviously. Please do it. Invite everyone. But I hope they take away kind of what you and I both are talking about, just a good story and just such good, like, bumps and thrills and scares, but there's story to it. Like, everything makes sense. It's not just
Mhm.
there, for no reason. It's all tied into each other. So I hope everyone, takes that and they also enjoy it, and they also just love the love between Ed and Lorraine. Like,
Mhm.
it's just the heart of it is that love, and in the midst of scary. So I hope they take that away, and I hope they really enjoy it. I think everyone will really enjoy it, especially if they're horror fans.
I think so. I think like we're talking about, it's just a really good balance. It's just, you have their love, you have a good mystery, and they're almost like a very advanced, just Sherlock Holmes and everyone just trying to decipher what these things are, and I need to stop because I'm trying to catch myself before I say too much.
No,
Also,
you're fine. I think you did great, because I agree with you. There's a part when the interview before, my scene and my co-star scene comes up, the part with Lorraine. I won't say much either, but when they go to out further into the world, she's very funny in that. That's another thing. They have very good fun moments, like funny moments that are just perfect. Like they don't like put it in your face, but if you just get it. These tiny perfect moments of you laugh a little bit and then you're just, oh my God, what just happened?
I think part of it that gave me goosebumps, and this isn't a spoiler at all, the end credit scenes where you actually have the real life pictures, and
Yeah.
then they play the tapes, the real tapes. That I sat there as I'm watching it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is, somebody was in this room with these people when this happened, and
Yeah.
that is terrifying.
When I watched the screener a few days ago too, same thing is the ending. I'm like, oh wow, I love it. Such a great show. Then I forgot that would happen. And I was like, I thought the scary part was over.
Yeah, it was a nice little extra treat at the end. Andrea, thank you so much for your time. I really
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
And congratulations on your role and being part of that Conjuring universe now.
I know. I'm so excited. I can't wait for the world to see it.
Yeah, I'm sure I enjoyed it, and I'm sure Conjuring universe fans are going to enjoy it as well.
Thank you.
All right, you have a good one. Take care. Have a great weekend.